Hey my friends, welcome back to a new video. Today we'll be talking about manifestation, how to manifest anything you want. And until now you've heard about many different methods you could use for manifestation, and maybe you've tried some of them and some worked and others didn't work, or depends of what you're trying to manifest. For some people, it's much easier to manifest relationships, but harder to manifest money. And for other people, it's much easier to manifest some small things, but harder to manifest, relationships or whatever it is. We soon find out that whatever is familiar to us, that's how our life is. And we can look the relationships, however we are used to, what kind of relationships we are used to have from since we were little. We can see what kind of character was our mother, what kind of character was our father, what kind of characters had people around us. And we see those are the characters we are used to have close to us. And we may recognize the patterns that every time we meet new people, these new people are always manifestations of the similar characters. But it doesn't mean that we should stay the same way. We can learn more about the psychology of how we work. We can learn more about the emotional pain we are all carrying in and the triggers why we are behaving the way we are behaving. And by learning more about why we are the way we are, we may learn to recognize that we can change the patterns, we can change our internal energy, which is constantly manifesting the same, for example, relationships. Same is with money. How much of money you are used to have, and that's how much money you most probably are constantly manifesting. It's same with anything else. If we want more in our lives, we need to learn more. If we want to manifest great things, we need to do great things, whatever great things are to us. And once we become aware of that, we recognize, well, I can educate myself more about the things that are important to me. But it all requires time and it requires energy and effort. But because in the society we've been trained like we need to expect things to happen really fast. It's because of the dopamine, the molecule in our brain which gives us a feeling of satisfaction. Because of social media and these gadgets and the technology, we've trained ourselves to experience fast satisfaction. Like you go into social media, you can Google something and you get results. So we are used to think that everything should happen really fast. And because of that, if we start, for example, working on ourselves, that's the thing we can't achieve in one day. We can't truly transform ourselves in one day. And if we're not transforming ourselves, it means that we're not changing our energy. And if we're not changing our energy, we can't manifest changes. So it's a process, my friends. Let's say you want to manifest a greater financial abundance. What worked for me when it comes to finances? Firstly, I've started learning from many people which became rich, which started doing something they truly loved, and they became really consistent with their work, and they were learning and growing and expanding their knowledge, their awareness about the things that are important to them. And eventually they started receiving that energy in return in terms of finances. So once we become really dedicated and consistent to doing something we love, eventually we will find the ways to make money with it. But we need to learn how to make money with it, because I know many people which are really great artists, or some people are really great with certain crafts, but they never pushed it to the next level. For example, if you want to make money with something, firstly, you need to find a way how people can buy your products or how people can pay your service. And for example, if that's the thing that you're an artist, whatever it is, you can apply the same thing, the same method. You will need to find a way how people can buy from you, how people can give you money in return for your service. So it requires that you will need to put some effort into building maybe an online store, a web shop, or you will need to film a course, or you will need to start making videos. And when you will start doing that, it doesn't mean that as soon as you will set everything up, you will start making money with it. Then we start learning how to improve ourselves, how to become better at doing that, how marketing works, how people can find our work. You know, when I started painting, I thought I will start making money as soon as I will publish my paintings. But it doesn't work like that. I needed to learn many different things about where to publish paintings. I've tried many different sites and nowhere worked at that time. But I had a vision. I had a vision that one day I will make a living out of doing my art. One day I will be financially free from doing what I love. That was my vision, but back at that time I was struggling with money. But I was following that vision. Even when it was hard, even when I had no idea how will I pay my bills, I was still following my vision. I was learning, I was reading everything I could find about how to make something happen. I was reading about all those things, about marketing, about finances, about internet, like how can you use, like online store, how to build it up. Like we have Etsy shop for artists, a great shop that I'm using, and you can build your own store. Or, it's just one example. The main thing is that you know that you are a work in progress. And if things are not happening immediately, you're not doing it wrong, you're learning. And eventually you will figure things out. But the most important thing is that you understand that it's all about consistency and expansion, that you're constantly expanding yourself. And while the things are not manifesting, you are overcoming your emotional blockages. You're overcoming your emotional blocks. And what are emotional blocks? Those are the opposite emotions, which are pulling us off our vision, which are pulling us back into our old lifestyle, which are pulling us off our dreams because we think it's not possible. The emotion of fear will always find reasons why you should stop following your dreams. And maybe there's an emotion of shame, like what people will say about me. People will be laughing at me, or whatever can you sense. It's okay to sense it, but do not give up because of it. We all hold some negative emotions about our dreams, but the magic happens once we overcome them by keeping up with creating, with following our dreams, with finding new ways, with learning how other people did it. So the power is in having a vision. And then the second power is in overcoming our limitations. That's where we start transforming. So as I mentioned dopamine before, we could call it a brain chemistry of satisfaction. Let's say every time you receive a notification on your phone, it's a like on your social media or it's a comment on your post, you experience a quick rush of dopamine. And that's why it feels so satisfying when something good happens. But when we start working on our dreams and we don't experience that kind of chemistry within our bodies because it takes so much time to make something happen. We think that we're doing something wrong because we're not experiencing that kind of satisfaction as the feedback, because we're not seeing the results yet. That's where we need to learn to trust into ourselves, trust the process. So it actually doesn't matter what kind of manifestation method you're using. What matters the most is that you stay true to yourself while walking towards your dreams, that you stay consistent with your work, and that you never give up, even when it seems like nothing is working in your favor. You know, you're learning more about yourself, more about how you're emotionally reacting towards the circumstances in your life, and it's all okay. Those are all lessons. And through the time, you will learn what kind of lessons life is offering to you, and that's what is making you stronger. That's what is making you unique. Your experiences are making you more of who you are meant to be. Many times people think that it's all about results. It's all about achieving the things so we would feel accepted in the society, so we would feel like we've truly achieved something great. But what truly makes us strong and unique is that experiences that are happening for us. Everything that we experience while walking towards our dreams is making our life story, and that's from what we learn the most. So that's what can we offer to other people which are on the same mission, which are also following their dreams. Deep inside, we are all unique beings. But many times people lose themselves in following others, in copying others, and that's where we lose our authenticity. And once we experience that inner fire, like, I want to do that, I want to follow my dreams, I want to achieve those results, that's where we put ourselves back onto our unique path, onto our unique mission, and we start following it. But again, many people quit after 1 year because they can't see the results. Results will come to you, but maybe not in 1 year, maybe in 3 years, maybe in 5 years. But when they will come in bigger amounts, bigger sizes that you can ever imagine. That happened to me, and that happened to many people I know, but only because they didn't quit. And because they didn't quit, they've learned more about themselves than anyone could tell them, than any book can taught them. It's all about learning more about ourselves. Once we learn more, we need less lessons, so things start manifesting faster. Once we know more about ourselves and how to manipulate the energy within our bodies and the energy around us, we start manifesting things faster. That's why small things, it's much easier to manifest them. Or the things which were constantly present in your life as you were little, it's much easier to manifest that. But the things which are not present, let's say you were growing up in poverty, it's much harder to manifest money because you don't have that money or abundance mentality. And also you haven't developed habits that wealthy people have. So if that's the case for you, it means that you need to learn from people which already are doing that, which already are living a life of abundance, and they've made it for themselves. Like, they've made it out of nothing, or they've learned the formula how to do it, how to shift our mindset, how to shift our perception. And what worked for me is I was reading a lot of books, and every time when I saw a story of somebody who became abundant but was living his whole childhood in poverty, I was inspired. Well, if that person could do it, I can do it as well. So what were the steps that person used? And it was knowledge. We need to learn. Then visualization. You need to see yourself already having it, so you can experience how would you feel if that would be already present. Then awareness, would that fulfill you? Is this the path you want to walk on? Will the thing you want to manifest truly fulfill you? Because that's the most important thing. I would not be able to be consistent with my work if what I'm doing would not be fulfilling me. I feel fulfilled every time. Like, I feel happy about my life. That's why I can stay consistent. But there were days where I was losing the inspiration. And every time we start losing inspiration, it's a sign from life, hey, upgrade yourself. Let's step to the next level. You got used to it. You got used to what you're doing. You got back into the familiar zone, and now it's time to upgrade yourself. So every time we lose the inspiration, it doesn't mean that you should change your dreams or you should change your path completely. You just need to upgrade yourself, because the core mission is always our personal expansion, to find out more about our limitations and overcome them, then to find out more about what is fulfilling us and get closer to it. Let go of the things which are holding you back by staying in awareness of how something feels like, and keep following your greatest joy. So you may find out that it requires a great amount of discipline when it comes to manifestations of the things that are really hard for you to manifest. I'm talking about those things because, as I mentioned before, things you want to manifest but maybe were never present in your life, it requires much more time, so we reprogram our subconscious patterns. But it may help you to get where you want to be. But never forget that it's all about your inner harmony. That's the greatest wealth you can ever experience, your inner harmony. So, my friends, this is it for today. I hope it was helpful. I'm sending you lots of love, blessings, and power. Have a beautiful day, and till next time, one love.